Ladies and gentlemen, I love all reality TV shows, even the ones about real estate. And for years, I have been a fan of Ryan Serhant when he was on Million Dollar Listing New York. And now he has a hit series on Netflix, Owning Manhattan. And I have an old friend on. We met, oh God, like a week ago today at the Owning Manhattan premiere party. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen Jade Shenker. Did I say it
Ah,
right?
yeah, that was great.
Yes, good.
Shanker.
Shanker. Jade, welcome to Fan or Fanatic. It is an honor to have you here, my friend.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm a fan of you.
Thank you, Jade.
Thank you.
So, we're going
I'm
to talk all things Jade and reality TV. Let's start with this: a star on a hit Netflix reality TV show about real estate. Did you, and there's a polygraph hooked up to my podcast in case you want to play any funny games or funny business, Jade, if that's your real name. Did you watch Million Dollar Listing New York before you met Ryan? No. Have you seen it since?
I watched clips,
Okay.
watched clips. But for me, personally, I don't like knowing someone on social media or on a TV show before I meet them in real life. Because then I get nervous. I'm
Okay.
like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. So no.
And now that you are on the show and you see the clips, is that the same Ryan?
Um, the clips that I'd seen were him in a tutu.
Right, I remember that. That is
Yeah,
him.
that.
That's him.
And the other clip was there was one time where he was selling a commercial building.
Right up your alley.
And yeah, like that was a scene that I wanted to watch too, because someone told me to watch it. And it was pretty good. Like I was like in my head, I was like, wait, did this sell? And if not, I have that listing. Can I sell it?
That is exactly the way you think. And so we're not going to talk much about that one time you were married and he cheated on you 7 times. But when you're married, okay, and you're working for Sir Hant and you're faced with, can I possibly ever leave this dreamboat and go out on my own and take care of myself? Did you ever imagine that you would be owning Manhattan? Literally.
So the thing is, like on reality, the way that I think about it is like I'm almost like making my own story. So at the time where I was like honestly very depressed.
Yeah.
Um, like I was like, okay, well, if I had to decide what my ending is, it'd be like, okay, I'm successful. Like I made it. I'm this girl boss, and like I'm good. So I, honestly, like I didn't know if I could do it. I'd never paid rent before. Like I was like, whoa, like New York's expensive, and I'm super expensive. So I knew I could do it. I just didn't know how.
You are so creative. You are so brave. And you've carved out a niche in commercial real estate like no one else in the craziest city in the world. So when you look at that girl who started the show, do you recognize her?
Wow. It actually, I just got goosebumps. I don't reckon like because the person who I was being like I was just so afraid of I think myself, really, because, I think when you are almost in a cocoon, you're safe, you don't ruffle any feathers, everything's predictable, if you work hard, you'll make more money, you know, kind of like the system, how the system works.
Mm-hmm.
And when you break the system, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go out on my own. I'm going to start wearing what I want to wear, despite what anyone around me, like, I don't give a shit when you start kind of toying around to what you thought your life was going to be and really just embracing yourself, it gets scary because then it goes from, okay, well, I can predict what's going to happen to I have no idea what's going to happen, but this is my truth. That was kind of my experience.
And at almost 30, I would think now that reality is really exciting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just, I almost like, I love the unknown now.
Wow.
Like, that is what I strive to look for. Like, not comfort. When I'm comfortable, it's like, now I like itch. I'm like, okay, I need to do something. Like, I need to find a challenge. I need to fix a problem.
Let's
So you might as well.
talk about being a star in real estate and a star on TV. When did both of those collide equally where you said to yourself, I'm great at both. I'm having a blast at both. Cuz I don't think it was first season.
You know, during the first season, I put just everything on the table. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to edit. I've heard terrible things about reality TV where they warp your words and they do all these things. And I was really going through a hard time. So when the show came out, I remember it was the first time that I had moved into an apartment on my own. I was paying my own rent, all these things. And I remember sitting on the couch and I was like, holy shit, like, I made it. Like, I'm on Netflix. Like, and I went through this divorce and paying through all these things. I had like two big commission checks come in. And I was like, I survived.
So being on the show,
Mhm.
what's it like to because most reality stars, Jade, and you can't even tell me Vanderpump does, aren't really working. The job is the reality show. But not only are you the reality star, you're doing a really difficult job. Do the lines blur and is it overwhelming?
Yeah, the lines definitely blur because what reality does is it forces you to have conversations that you normally wouldn't really have.
Right.
If you have a conflict with someone, you just go about your day. But when you're on reality TV, you actually talk about that, which is it's actually very therapeutic. No one talks about that.
Okay.
Reality TV does force you to learn about yourself and others. And you have a mirror that tells you, okay, well, did you did you do something wrong or should you have stood up for yourself more? Which for me, that was my experience. So I've noticed that change where I'm like, okay, I need to figure things out. I feel like I have a lot to prove. So if I'm sitting at dinner with someone, I make sure before any encounter with anyone, I know what's happening in the stock market. I know what's happening with transactions. I know what's happening in the, you know, national economy. Like, I make sure to know these things because I never want to sit at a table and for someone to think that I'm just a pretty girl.
Wow. What about the notion of having to choose, which I don't know what will ever happen, but it's interesting. You can be a huge star, and it doesn't just mean you're on a reality show. Maybe you have your own show about women and making it in the world, and or you can be a huge star in real estate. If you had to choose, which feels more authentic to you?
I mean, they both work so hand. I think it depends. For me, I'm a businesswoman before anything. Before I'm an agent, before I'm a Netflix star, before anything.
Okay.
Um, So for me, when you're someone that has the exposure, you can leverage anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Smart. Interesting. Let's talk about Serhant. And I'm just going to give you some hot takes I have. I have a crush on Peter. I,
everyone does.
it's funny because, I mean, on paper, he looks a little cheesy, but he's
Yeah.
hot, right?
You know, I in that first scene,
Mm
I
hmm.
did I did not find Peter attractive,
Okay.
but
You were smart the way you
honestly,
played it, though.
I did not find him attractive. To me, I was just like, this is fun. I like to flirt as sport. That's it. I was like, they didn't show this, I'm fixing his collar. I'm like, oh, like I was recently divorced too.
Oh, you're
You
good.
know, it's fun. A little flirt never hurt anyone. Makes them like you more. I was like, oh, whatever. A little flirt's fun.
But you grew to find him sexy.
He's BDE, big dick energy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that about him. Uh, and it's funny because when I was at the premiere, I didn't know who he was yet. I only watched it the next day. I just think he's smart. I think he's a great addition, and I love the feathers he ruffled. What about Jess?
Taylor
No.
Markowski?
Am I onto something that she rubs me the wrong way?
Yeah, I mean, I think Markowski rubs a lot of people the wrong way. You're not the first that I've heard that from. Markowski is Markowski. I think sometimes her face can't hide what she is feeling. That's what I've noticed about her.
Okay.
Um, I've had my highs with her, my lows with her. We actually were sitting down, I think tomorrow, because we were kind of not in a good place the last couple of months. So, I kind of kept my distance, she kept her distance, and it was awkward because it was like, I helped throw our premiere screening event
Mm-hmm.
at Zero Bond, and it's like you have a cast member who you don't even say hi to. Like
Wow.
that's awkward. So I know that she didn't run me the right way for many 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 weeks. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I think I'm a very forgiving person always, but I think hopefully we're able to come to a good understanding tomorrow. You know what's crazy to me is like I don't understand sometimes how I piss people off. That to me is the most crazy thing because in Ryan was on a podcast and he said this. He's like Jade. He's like, I don't know what it is about her. She's like, she knows how to poke the bear. She's like, she just walks into a room and somehow people are pissed off. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know either.
I don't feel
It's
that energy watching it at all. I don't.
Thank you.
I don't.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Speaking of Ryan, I met him and I was not disappointed. Is he so sweet, caring, smart, obviously sexy? Those scenes that I just, the way he exposes the extreme amount of pressure and how he handles it, he's got a heart.
Yeah, yeah, he does. What's crazy about Ryan? I agree with everything that you just said. He is so much smarter than people think. I was sitting down with him the other day, and he's a busy man, and you don't get uh, you know, that much time with him. And he's telling me about, all these things, that his perspective on the markets and, um, mortgage rates and 30-year versus what needs to happen and all of these things. And I was like, holy crap. I was like, dude, you're like kind of brilliant. And I was like, Ryan, would you ever like run for public office? He's like, no. He's like, my hair is gray enough. And I was just like, the world needs more of you. Really. So your first take is completely correct.
And so that makes you a lucky girl.
Yeah, yeah. He's awesome. He's really an awesome boss. And I think like he doesn't like it's hard to like get his attention, I think, with you have so many agents at the company. And he really does remember everything about
Wow.
everyone. Like I promise you, if you were to bump into him at the gym tomorrow,
That'll never happen. I'll go to the gym, Jade. I would bump into him maybe on my couch watching his show on my iPad. Yeah, it's the only place I would bump into him.
maybe he would. Maybe he's showing an apartment and he's like, "Oh, hey, Lori." Maybe.
Maybe.
Uh, but he just remembers everything about
That's
everyone.
impressive.
And
And he's madly in love with his beautiful wife. She is gorgeous. Smart too.
yeah, she was my, I think, favorite person on season two.
Yeah, she's amazing. What about you and Chloe? What I love are the behind the scenes deleted scenes TikToks that you're doing about what really went down, especially the night the doggy was sick. Give us a little color of how you felt right before then, because if I was you, I'd still be like, really, my husband only cheated once, even if she apologized. And so, if that friend came to my door crying, I know that you were supposed to shoot, you weren't going to shoot. Give us a quick little insider's
Yeah, I
view.
mean, I was kind of annoyed. Like, no, sorry. I was annoyed at her before,
Yeah,
right? Like, we were not in a good place. It was between that and then her, saying, like, everyone thought that you were lying. It's not just me. And I was like, real,
hurtful.
like, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like you're already dealing with, like, for me, I'm already dealing with so much crap. And I'm like, it's just, it's like, it's salt on a wound. It's like, why? Like, why does it even matter? Let's move on. What I was just exhausted. I was exhausted and I was like, I don't, we weren't filming together at all.
Wow.
Um, we just were not, we weren't in a good place.
Were you
So
sad then about
no,
it? Okay.
no, I mean, not real. I mean, like I was just to me, I am very I have a small circle. Like I keep everything very close to me. Um, so it's like I'm not always airing my stuff out there if I don't have to. Um, so when producers called me and they're like, Jade, you know, what are you doing right now? We need to come over. And I was like, I have a showing at 5:30.
And what
Or
time was it?
they called me in the morning. It was like maybe like 9
Okay.
or 10. And they're like, we need to come over to your apartment and film with Chloe. And I was like, no, not again. I was like, nope. Because me and Chloe are supposed to film the next day.
Can you
And
say no? Kind of.
not that I said no, I was just like, I have a showing. Like I had a client from Canada flying in on a private jet, right? That's very expensive. That's not just like that's very
Yeah.
expensive to come for a showing. And I was like, I just and I know that like whenever me and Chloe film, it's a lot emotionally. So I was like, can we do this tomorrow? And they're like, no, it's urgent. And I was like,
Were you
it,
scared?
yeah, well, not scared. In my head, I was like, okay, we're gonna get in a big fight. It's gonna be stressful. I'm gonna be in tears and I'm gonna look like shit for my showing. Like, that's kind of what's going through my head. My apartment's a mess because again, we're filming, so all my clothes are everywhere. My stylist ended up coming over to help
Wow, it's a
me.
lot.
Yeah, so then, they were like, we promise it's urgent. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, okay. I was like, okay. So, Chloe comes over. She's hysterically crying.
What did you think when you first saw her? Because it had to have been nerve wracking, like she was sick or something.
Yeah, well, I immediately went to like her baby and her husband,
Yeah.
with like how hysterical she was. And I was like, holy shit, what happened? Like, I was just so, and then whenever she literally only said Sadie. So of course I'm like, did she get hit by a car? Like what happened? That's because Chloe's also in the street, come to my part. I was just scared.
Right.
And then Chloe she sat down with me and she was talking, like expressing how she felt. We actually, I think I said this in my TikTok, but
You
we had
did.
actually ended up getting in
Yeah.
a fight
What was that about?
because she was expressing how she was feeling and she kind of went from okay like the Sadie stuff. I consoled her, we were there, and then she started talking about like the other things, like kind of just like unpacking all of the things that we had, all of the issues that we were having. And for me again, I'm in this place of like I don't want to talk about those other items. I'm like, your dog is in the hospital. Like it's not the time or the place to do this. For me, I was like, let's just focus on Sadie. Let's like be in a good place for now. Let's like be like let me be there for you for this moment. And then let's talk about all of these other items in a different place because I don't feel like I can tell you how I really feel when your dog's in the hospital.
Fair.
So that's kind of what happened. And I was very guarded. It was extremely guarded when she came over, like after just talking about the Sadie stuff. And we ended up getting in some kind of fight. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was just like us, like her wanting to break it down and me being like, well, okay. And then I remember she did storm out of my house. They like spoke to her and they're like, Chloe, like you gotta like you're not making sense right now. Well, I don't know if they told her that, but they're like, you gotta talk to Jade. You came here. They're like, you can leave. Like you can just
Yeah.
you can cut this and we could stop filming. But you should talk to Jade. Like Jade made this like, you came all the way over here. Finish the conversation. So Chloe comes down. She comes in. She kind of like, she went from being hysterical to being a little bit more calm because they were able to kind of like almost like a therapist, like be like,
Yeah.
hey, you know? And then she sat down and that's how we finished the scene.
Did it feel good like it felt to watch it as a fan? Because I love you guys.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. It was nice. I think like when Chloe and I are good, it's good.
Who in the, if you're looking at The Office, is there anyone not on the show? Like, do other people try to be on the show and they campaign? Because that seems kind of normal they would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Season one was a lot worse. There was definitely the thing about like the drama, the office drama is like it's like a lot of people will speak badly about someone. Like for example, this actually happened. I won't say any names, but there was someone who was very, close proximity to me who was telling all of the cast members all of these terrible things about me so that they could get on the
Of
show.
course. Of
Like very
course.
thirsty for this show. Like they're like, oh my goodness, Jay did this, Jay did that. Ah, she sucks. Like this. If only like, let me speak to the producers about this. Let me talk to you about this on camera. And I'm like, I hear all this stuff and I'm like so thirsty, you
The
know?
irony is the new person is Peter, and he wasn't even in the room at the time. Is there anyone that you wish that we don't see that you think to yourself that was a perfect person, and you recommend it to Netflix?
Ooh, that's a good question. So another fun fact, there was also someone that we filmed with all season that did get cut.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, that person is kicking the.
Yeah, and she was
Why? She was great. Why do you think they did? Just enough? Too much?
I can't speak. I mean, I don't know. I think that sometimes it just depends on like, you know, the how someone meshes with just what you're viewing on TV. Again,
Wow.
I'm not a producer, so I have no idea. But
Did you see her react to all of it?
so I filmed with her quite a bit.
No, I mean
Like,
after when she realized I ain't on the show.
no, no. But I checked in with her a couple of times because I was like, that's like, it just it's tough, you know. But she was really fun to film with. She was just like so different, like very like Southern girl. My nickname for her was Butter Biscuit.
Yeah,
That was like
butter
my little
biscuit. Butter
butter.
biscuit burned in the toaster, and she's not on Netflix. Do you guys make fun of or look down like on Bravo? You're like Bravo reality. We're Netflix. Is there any of that?
No, not at all. I mean, like Bravo is like the OG.
It
Like,
is, but you guys are already so competitive. I love that Netflix is now doing this kind of. I mean, I've always loved Netflix, but if reality TV's your jam, you can go to Netflix. And this is some of the best reality TV because it's beautiful people, beautiful New York, and exquisite real estate and the drama. We just need someone to sleep with each other. Can you work on that? Can you just sleep with Peter for next season just because?
well, that seems like such a hassle. But I mean, for the fans, if
Take one for the team, for God's
have
sake.
to, I mean, you know, I'm here for my fans. That's it.
What can we look forward to? There is a season three, obviously, right? I mean, come on.
So the way that Netflix works, I believe, is that we do not get notified about us being renewed until a little bit later down the line.
Okay.
People start, they need to finish it. The more people watch our show, the greater chance we are to get renewed. So I cannot
Do you want me
confirm,
to sign something, send a letter to somebody, Warner Brother? I don't know who. Who do
what
you write
that.
to now?
Yeah, well, I guess Warner Brother, you know. So, however, if we were to have a season three, which we will,
Obviously.
obviously, you know, I had some inner conflicts that I think were highlighted slightly. You know, I would say that those hopefully get resolved. A lot of business dealings that we're doing right now. You know, I think that Chloe and we are talking about maybe doing something together and what that would look like.
Oh, I the Chloe and Jade variety hour because there's so much talent between the two of you, and the drama makes it more interesting. It's a great team. Is it when they stopped filming? Do you feel some relief, like, okay, I can just work now, or do you
I mean,
miss it?
we still have to work while we're filming.
No, I'm
Like,
saying once you stop filming, or you're like, oh, now I can just work. There's nothing else but the work, or is there a part of you that I miss that part?
I miss it. I do miss it because like I start optimizing my time better. So whenever I stop filming, like that's why when we stopped filming, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is great, but also I need another project.
Wow.
I, I was like, again, like I'm such a business, like I'm like I want, and, you know, that's why I like, you know, I did the denim
Oh,
collection.
let's talk about that. So,
Yeah,
everybody, my girl's been looking for the right, softest, mid rise. I'm a hunt for jeans like I've never seen. You're cute jeans. You are.
you're cute,
You're cute
Jane.
jeans.
You're
I'm
cute,
I'm
Jane.
almost 60 and mid-rise ain't even high enough. I need jeans that have like a bib attached. But with your little figure, you're looking for, what were you looking for, and what can we have to look forward to from this day on from Jade?
You know, so for me, I'm comfort all the way. I've never had a pair of jeans. You could ask all my friends. I've never liked a pair of jeans. I have like 1,000 jeans from, you know, this person, that person. I have $20 jeans. I have ones that I purchased from Amazon. I've never been able to really like love a jean.
What was missing, Jade? Like, what's the problem?
Be soft. Like I need to be able to like stretch in them. And this company sent me jeans as PR. And I was like, holy crap, these are I was like, I don't know what magic this is. Like, this is incredible. And then I spoke to them and I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if I designed a pair and we created a it's like a low mid-risey jean that is great for short tall girls.
Did you
And
say
that's
short and tall girls?
well, so my stylist is I think she's five
That's
seven.
tall to me. That's
Yeah,
tall.
and she wears them. And then, you know, I'm 5'2.5" and I can wear them and I didn't have to get them tailored. So they're a great jean. You know, I spent a lot of time doing it and it's like nice to be able to wear jeans. They're as comfortable as sweatpants.
So today is December 12th. We're on
Mm.
the East Coast. It's probably about, what is it, 3 ish? Almost 3. It's probably 10 till 3. That's where. What happens at 3, and where can we find it?
At 3 p.m., the Dear John Love Jade denim collection comes
Oh,
out.
dear John Love Jay. That's so cute. And where do we buy it? How do we get it?
My link in bio on my Instagram. My Instagram's Jade Shenker. You guys can find it there. If you guys go to the Dear John website, I'm pretty sure you can find it there. I have it on my link tree. I'm gonna be posting it on TikTok. Actually, they might have. Let me see if they posted it
How
already.
excited are you? Like, this is huge. This is all your own. And if you had told that girl who's like, I don't know if I should leave my husband who cheated 7 times, you have you're literally, are you too young to know Gloria Vanderbilt? Damn it, you're young. You were born in
Yeah,
you're probably born 96, weren't you? God dang it. I was born in the 1900s, and there was a woman, Gloria Vanderbilt, of the Vanderbilts, Anderson Cooper's mom, who is an icon, and she, of many things she did, she created the Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, and she wrote her
Oh,
name in cursive on the butt, on the butt. in the pocket. But you're the Gloria Vanderbilt of 2025, almost six. That's
Gloria.
incredible, Jade. I mean, really, I think that you are the perfect example of you make a choice so your circumstances don't make it for you. I just made that up. Oh my God, I totally just made that up.
But fun. I think you
Oh my
should
fucking
trademark
God,
that
oh
one too.
fucking God. I have enjoyed every second of this, and I'm in New York all the damn time. So you and I need to hang. And
Okay.
I just think that if you haven't seen Owning Manhattan, again, I'm jealous because it's over for me. Run, don't walk. And if you need, I don't know, some commercial real estate and you have a lot of Bitcoins, Jade, my girl, Jade. Jade, at the end of every one of my Fan or Fanatic podcasts, I ask my guest this question, and whatever comes to your mind first. Jade, am I a healthy fan of yours? Or am I batshit crazy fanatic?
Ooh. Can you be a healthy fanatic?
First time anyone ever said that. I rarely, I don't know if I have been a fanatic, and I'm way more of a fanatic of yours, but I think it's healthy. I think
Hell,
it's healthy.
you're a hot, healthy fanatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jade.